started you.
It's your cardi.
You could have just sent me Cardi on stage and I could have On a cold, rainy night on a Liverpool quayside, in the years before the Great War, the world was in shock at the loss of Titanic, so proud had they been days before. Relatives gathered for news of their loved ones, to read through the list of the dead, when into the throng came a sad-eyed old polar bear, and to the clerk at the counter he said, "Have you got any news of the iceberg?" "My family were on it, you see." "Have you got any news of the iceberg?" Stop laughing, you callous bastards. They mean the whole world to me. That's better. My wife and my children were coming from Greenland to be by my side in the zoo. Belinda's my wife, and the eldest called Bernard, and Billy, well, he's only 2. I know on the ship there were hundreds of people, and I know the iceberg's not yours. The polar bear's eyes held the start of his teardrops, and he covered his face with his paws. Have you got any news of the iceberg? My family were on it, you see. Have you got any news of the iceberg? They mean the whole world to me. It's been over a year since I last saw my children. I left home to build my career. I've worked very hard. I'm a star in the circus. It's all been for nothing, I fear. That's my face on the poster. We're in town this week. My children were meeting me here. Everyone watched as he struggled to speak, and his paw brushed away one more tear. Have you got any news of the iceberg? My family were on it, you see. Have you got any news of the iceberg? They mean the whole world. By now all the people had gathered beside him. His grief was one they could share. The people around him in silence and sadness listened to the sad polar bear. I wanted my children to see me performing, and Belinda, she would have been proud. At last, lost for words and his tears flowing freely, the question was asked by the crowd. We get paid for this.
What?
Far away to the west, where the great birds of Buffalo wind the plume, lose the laugh off lind of dyslexia. To most people largely unknown. The 41st stout of the onion, the date most dear to my start, that lies betwixt origami and nirvana, east of the San Andreas fort. Tub. There are unexplained thermometer, extra restisticles, OFUs, that never appear in the poopers that are knit on the NNC News. Tolls of the paranorman, thongs that go on ringed about there. And where are they copped? In the Y files. Duluth is out there. Ever since the Boston U Party. And Paul reverses rhetorical hide from Loxington to concrete. What's the stoke that no one can fide? The mossing far on the far bangled spanner. The wind that they mossed off the flog. Dyslexia, the place we'd all posit if only we knew where to hog. From the home of Harlot O'Scara to the bonks of the eye ho eye, in the twin Twexan sotties of Saladin forthwith, dyslexia is filed under Y. Her fakes are a fisherman's paradise. There's salmon, there's crap and there's trout there. And at the back end of Lake Posterior they say, Duluth is out there. I went into a news agency in Wrexham the other week and I saw this fishing magazine called Total Carp. Tub. Where is this ways? Where can it see? What is the weaning of loof? Who tells us it's 24? Who goes in search of Duluth? The CAI, the FIB, the Insmolian Smithtitute Lobbery. I've never done this one wrong before. The entire resources of Washington CD, and principally Mouldy and Scullery. The Y-files hold the secrets that flow through the pen of the poets as the avocado flows through the Grand Canyon. It's spelling, Jim, but not as we know it. It could be something big, they say. Perhaps there's an elephant of doubt there. There's more to this than meets the J. Duluth is out there. So, in the land of Sylvester Testosterone, since the days of Capone and his gangsters, some have said we are not alone. Some say there are Eileens amongst us. Hands up. In the land of Flourish Gump, Peaklahoma, Eskansaw, Michigan Impossible, and Clark Bagel, to name but four. We can all trut our post in Mouldy and Scullery. They will not stand their Ridley in the home of Robert Zimmerframe, the man who found fame as Bob Diddley. The wrong that is missing in Hollywood. May the horse be with you. Go out where no one voted for George W. Hush. Duluth is out.